Good afternoon from Newman Gymnasium as we are here for a North Atlantic Conference matchup for two of the most historic programs in the state of Maine. The Husson University Eagles versus the Thomas College Terriers here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Caden Trenwith alongside Jacob Ouellette and Owen Snow. High above Newman Gymnasium in the little press box. Jake, these are two teams in the North Atlantic Conference. When you face each other from Maine, you're this close. You pretty much have a rivalry brewing between every single sport. Once you get later into that season, that starts to grow a little bit. Husson, second in the conference, MMA, fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. Second meeting between these two teams. How do you expect this one to go?
Yeah, I mean, you and I were down there for soccer when Husson was down in soccer. It got very chippy very late, and that's late in the season. I'm fully expecting some tension between these two teams. We saw earlier on in the year where the Eagles came out on top and coming through, the Eagles having not lost since 2019. So that's before COVID. And you have two very solid players on both sides of the ball. Eric Ehlers for the Eagles, TJ Blackman for the Terriers. It's going to be a great matchup between these two guys to see really who comes out on top. Whoever plays the better game between those two is really going to be the team that pulls it out.
Owen Snow, I'll toss this one to you. Last time these two played 2 months ago, Thomas pretty much led in every statistical category except points, but that was mainly due to their poor shooting. Only 18% from behind the arc, 43% in general. What does Thomas have to do? They are competitive. They will give us a good game, but how do they stay alive with a high-octane offense like Husson, who just coming off a win where they put up 113 points in Vermont?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here for Thomas, they got to have good coaching. I think one big thing is they got to set up plays that bring their stars to their best. If they can set up pick and roll plays, if they can drive to the basket, draw fouls, this Husson team is very physical on defense. If you can try to do that, get to the line, make your shots, and being well coached, I think that's going to be a big thing for Thomas today.
The big story coming into this one is the Husson offense in general. Eric Ehlers, 4 straight double-doubles from him, coming off 22 points, 11 rebounds. Almost had a triple-double with 7 assists. Andre McCauley led the team with 29 points. And then Connor Heald, a very casual 26 points for him. Always steady. This offense is going to go up against a very disruptive defense. So many blocks, so many steals come out of this Terriers defense, and that's how they score most of their points on offense. Jake, what do you expect to see on that end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, the offense really running through two guys that were injured last year. Andre McCauley was out for a majority of the year. Eric Ehlers was out the entirety of the year outside of opening night. These two guys are going to be very solid on the offensive end. They got to work together. They got to work strong. These guys, there's been times during the season where these two, they can't click, and it really shows in a big way on the offensive end in the numbers.
We'll toss this one down to our public address announcers. He's going to bring you the national anthem and starting lineup here at Newman Gymnasium.
And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineup. First for the visiting Terriers. A sophomore from Grenada, Mississippi, number 0, DJ Blackman. A sophomore from Freeman Township, Maine, number 3, Peyton Mitchell. A sophomore from Ellsworth, Maine, number 6, Isaiah Corson. A first-year student from Greenville, North Carolina, number 10, Isaiah Godley. And a first-year student from Sanford, Maine, number 20, Grayson Adams. Thomas is coached by Marquise Mason Pollard in his 4th season. He is assisted by Tony Scaffieri, Mike McKenzie, John Gordon, and Mitch Steiner. And now the start for your Husson University Eagles. At board, a senior from St. Pete, Florida, number 4, Eric Taylor. At guard, a sophomore from Lakewood Range, Florida, number 13, Connor Hill. At board, a senior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 15, Gil Acosta. At board, a sophomore from Derek Brook, Maine, number 33, Dylan Murphy. And at guard, a junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, number 20, Andre McCauley. The Eagles are coached by Warren Caruso in his 32nd season. He is assisted by John Clark, Justin Thompson, Matt Shea, Luke Caruso, and Kyle Fisher.
We welcome you back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. That is the typical starting 5 that we have seen from late from this Husson Eagles squad. The last time they were down in Waterville, the starting 5 was Heald, Smith, Burpee, Walston, Cassiafikis. That left Ehlers, Matundo, and McCauley all coming off the bench. They all scored 47, the entire bench point margin for that game for this Husson University Eagles. They all get the start this time around.
Yeah, we saw that at the beginning of the year, coming in with Christian Smith, with Pierce Walston, with Charlie Katsiafikis in the starting lineup. And then we saw a switch. First road trip of the year. This starting group came in, and they haven't looked back since.
It's going to be Matundo and Isaiah Corson tipping off the 118th meeting between these two schools in men's basketball. Andre McCauley coming off one heck of a weekend in Vermont. Dylan Burpee in the corner. Sends it a little too much on that one. TJ Blackman, number 0. He's the one to watch for this Terrier squad. A little bit of everything, leads this team in points, rebounds, assists. And that's going to be a travel called on Isaiah Godley. Hold on, I wasn't done on Blackman. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and minutes. 32.6 a game.
Beating your team in every category. It's wicked impressive, Caden.
As a 5'10 guard, missed the majority of last season, is still listed as a sophomore. Here's Isaiah Godley guarding Andre McCauley. He's got himself a tough task tonight.
A lot of strong offensive weapons on this Eagles side, so it's going to be a lot of tough matchups for this Terriers defense that's very strong defensively.
Here's Eric Ehlers, puts up a nice little fadeaway. First 2 points credited to him. Godley driving, kicks out Blackman, lefty shot. A little right. Strong rebound by both. I believe that's Peyton Mitchell. Down there with Matundo, jump ball in favor of the Terriers. They'll get a play to trigger this one in.
That's one of these things that the Eagles really need to limit is the offensive rebounds for Thomas. They will get the second chance opportunities more often than not. And this team is not a team that you kind of can let get those second, third, fourth chance opportunities on the offensive end.
Long mid-range there by Godley. Picked up by one of the NAC leader in rebounds. Eric Ehlers, foul drawn on the other end, blocking foul on Godley.
One thing I want to point out about this Husson offense, even though they're really good inside, they are a dangerous three-point shooting team. The entire team, they all can hit it from behind the arc.
Here's Matundo, kicks out to Ehlers. Brings it inside the paint. Good block by the 5'10" man, Blackman.
Already at his per-game block number at 1. One of the better blockers for his size in the conference.
That's Brady Adams getting nothing but air. Making his one of his first starts, the freshman out of Sanford, Maine. 3 points in 15 minutes against SUNY Cobleskill last time out. First start of the season. Averaging 5 minutes per game. A lot of fresh faces on this Terrier squad. Here's McCauley, kicks out to Burpee in the corner. Too much on it, Blackman with the rebound.
It's a fair opportunity there, good on the offensive end. Ball movement for this Eagles team has been very solid throughout the year.
Another great block by this Terriers defense. That one looks like it takes a hit off of Godley. He was signaling for a replay. I don't think we got that technology here.
Not today, we don't.
Dangerous pass by Burpee to McCauley, but Heald sent it too long. A little rough stretch of shooting from both teams to open this game. Still 2-0 with about 2 minutes and some change played.
It's one of those. The Eagles are one of those teams that they're very scrappy on the offensive end, but they can be very streaky as well. Owen mentioned earlier about how they are a great three-point shooting team. But if they miss a couple threes in a row, it piles up. It's a big snowball effect on the offensive end when the Eagles miss a shot.
If the three-pointer isn't falling, you can always try to drive it into the paint, try to draw a foul, get to the free throw line.
There's Isaiah Corson tying this game up.
Good vision there from Blackman on the inbound. Finding Corson on the drive there.
Another big block by the Terriers. This one's going back the other way with Mitchell. Driving in on Matundo, kicked out Brady Adams. Gophers out of the basket. Three blocks in 3 minutes for the Terriers. This disruptive defense, you're seeing it. Matundo working in the post, sends one to Burpee, mid-range, somehow falls.
Getting the home roll there on the mid-range shot there from Dylan Burpee.
Brady Adams chucking him up. That time it goes in.
Adams only a 30% three-point shooter. Had the opportunity there, and the offensive foul on the other end.
Illegal screen on Gil Matundo ends the possession for the Eagles, going back the other way with the Terriers, who just took their first lead of the game.
Terriers are big on momentum coming in. Having watched a few of the games coming into this one, they get the momentum on the defensive end with the blocks, and then they turn it into offense. They get the momentum from drawing offensive fouls. Again, the story of this one, disruptive on the defensive end.
Godley charging. He's going to get called for a travel. Up in arms is the Terriers bench. They thought it was an and one opportunity. 5-4, the score remains in the red team's favor.
It's great one-on-one defense from Matundo, forcing that travel. Dangerous defensive player Matundo is.
There's Matundo. The threat on the defensive end gets it done on the offensive end, putting the lead back in the Eagles' favor. Blackman goes up and immediately says, I can do better on the contested layup.
Getting into a fast pace of offense between these two teams. Both teams can run the floor. We've seen it on both ends now.
I was calling the game against the SUNY teams. It was all back and forth against Delhi and Cobleskill. That's what it's been like a lot for this Husson team.
Eric Ayler's quick catch and shoot. Rolls out. These teams got 30 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think we've dipped below 10 yet. Using it quickly. Isaiah Corson sends that one right. Eric Ayler's there on the rebound. Matondo driving. He gets a nice little layup to fall.
And Matondo, he's so athletic. What makes him such a special player for the Eagles?
Peyton Mitchell, 4 on the shot clock. He's got to get one up. That's going to be a violation as Isaiah Corson can't. Or excuse me, they just called a foul on Gil Matondo as the clock hits 0. That will send Isaiah Corson to the line for 2 shots. Ty Hankey might be one of the best 6-mans in the North Atlantic Conference coming off the bench. Or excuse me, they must have called a non-shooting foul. Shot clock resets to 20. There's Blackman on McCauley trying to shift around. Jump ball called in Husson's favor.
It's great help defense IQ from the sophomore Dylan Burpee to get in on that jump ball and get possession for Husson.
Pretty much all of Ty Hankey's shots have come from 3-point range. Here's Connor Heald. He's got 2 on him. Dumps it off to Burpee. Big contested layup. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Terriers foul, number 10, Isaiah Godley. His second, team second. Dylan Murphy, shooting 2.
Godley and Matondo both with 2 fouls. Very early in this contest, not even 7 minutes in.
First one rolls in for Burpee. Only the 5th and 6th free throw attempts of the season for Burpee, the Dyer Brook, Maine native. Both are true in a 10-7 lead for the Eagles on home court. Blackman. Spencer Minihan just checked into the game. Also Yosama Mohammed, one of the best offensive threats for this Terriers team out of Lewiston. Big offensive rebound there by Peyton Mitchell. Kick out to Adams. No good. Another offensive rebound, keeping it alive. Now Blackman's driving back out to Adams. Missed it again. That one long. Here's Christian Smith, who checked in during the free throws. Gets it off to Burpee. Easy 2-on-1 bucket. Timeout, Terriers.
It's a great bucket by Burpee, but a better pass from the newly checked-in freshman Christian Smith. He made that play happen on the rebounding end and then on the offensive end.
You want to talk about a journey of a young player. Christian Smith is someone who has absolutely lived that here in his freshman year. Was a consistent starter pretty much every single game to start the season. I think 6 games, 6 starts for Christian Smith. Then he got injured, or then he started coming off the bench, and then an injury hit him, and now he's back coming off the bench. But he has adapted so well compared to game 1 to what we saw last time out, even at Newman Gymnasium last time out. He is consistently working the ball around, getting great assists. His assist numbers have absolutely jumped. Against Linden, he had 7 assists. He was only averaging about below 2 on the season going into that game.
Yeah, when I've talked to Coach Caruso the last few times I've gotten the chance to talk with him, he's always mentioned that Christian Smith is such a dynamic learner on the court during practices, during games. He's seen a lot of improvement just from day 1 when he stepped on the campus in August to when I talk to him at the end of November before the Thanksgiving break.
Christian Smith out of Miramar, Florida. My fun fact about Christian Smith, played on the same AAU program as Bull and I believe the Thompson twins.
Talk about being able to get some assists.
Muhammad steps out of bounds. Possession back towards the Eagles, and the ball is in the hand of Smith. Henke, nice little pump fake. McCauley pump fakes. Nice little mid-range for him. He calls himself a mid-range operator. That's what that was right there. McCauley gets his first buckets of this game. A 14-7 lead. Seems like every time Blackman is picking up the ball, a double team is coming. Here's one in the corner on Jaden DeSimone. It looks to be Terrier's ball.
Fourth jump ball that we've seen through the first 8 minutes of this game.
South Portland native Jaden Kim entering this game. He was shooting some three-pointers at the end of shoot-around in the pregame warm-up. I don't think he missed one.
Nope.
He was on fire from behind the arc. DeSimone driving, he draws contact, and he'll go to the line for two. 46% free throw shooter.
And with a team like the Terriers that don't shoot the three ball well, coming into this one 27.5%, having a guy that can stretch the floor and light up the three-point game like Kim can, it's great to have that kind of player on the bench.
Eric Ehlers re-entering the game. Dylan Burpee getting his first rest. One for two at the line for DeSimone. Nice little move by Ehlers, contested. He falls. He's going to the line.
Love the shot there from Andre McCauley, being one of the better field goal shooters in the game, in the conference. Coming into this one, 56% from the floor. And Caden, when you talked to him a couple weeks before we went to winter break, he talked about how he loves shooting mid-range shots. He feels like he is the most impactful inside the three-point stripe. And he's shown it throughout the year, and he's showing it here tonight.
One thing that worked well in that 29-point performance in Vermont. 29 points, 11 of them came from the line. Got to the line 14 times in that game in 33 minutes of action. Unforced error here by the Terriers. Ball's going back the Eagles' way. Ehlers with it, dumps it off to Heald. Here's Smith, what a pass to Ehlers. Easy layup for him. Christian Smith picking up a great assist.
Threading the needle there was Christian Smith, getting it through two separate Terriers. It's normally when you try and throw the ball in between guys, it doesn't work out. Christian Smith, great ball vision on the court, getting the assist there.
Another offensive rebound by Peyton Mitchell, which ended up forcing the foul here. Peyton Mitchell, 6'1" guard, 6.8 rebounds per game, believe it or not. Another unforced error. Andre McCauley picks it up, saves it from going out of bounds. Good recover by Muhammad, and that will allow the defense to reset.
was just a great deflection from Muhammad, the senior. Was able to get a piece of it, and that prevented the 2-on-1 play for Husson.
Eric Ehlers, nice little mid-range. Finds the back of the net. 20-9 lead. Husson is really expanding off some unforced errors.
We've seen two separate versions of defense for Coach Warren Caruso. At the beginning of the game, we saw a lot of man coverage, a lot of one-on-ones. But now, after that first timeout from Coach Mason Pollard, it's been a lot of triangle defense, getting two guys in on a guy at the same time and rotating. Zone, having two guys in, double teaming every time, trapping guys into the corner, and using that sideline or that baseline as a third defender.
You got to think, too, it puts pressure on the other team on you can't find a pass because you're covered in all areas, so it forces a lot of turnovers. It's a great coaching adjustment by Caruso.
Another great pass, setting up an easy layup. This one's Eric Ehlers to Connor Heel, 22-9. Husson starting to run away. This one early.
One thing I've liked about the Eagles offensively is that they didn't let the 3 blocks in 3 minutes deter them from going to the rack. It's a team that is very strong going to the rack. See another one there. But usually when a team gets blocked 3 times in a row in 3 minutes, in less than 3 minutes, they'll trend to kind of move back out towards the 3-point line. The Eagles are still attacking that rim.
Muhammad chucks up a 3. That one's too long. Hankey steps out of bounds on the rebound. 8 turnovers so far for this Terriers team. Husson has scored 14 points off turnovers already, which has pretty much been the difference maker. You take those away, it is a 10-9 game. Here's an easy 2 more, make it 16. Christian Smith throws it down.
Another turnover leading 2 points. It's like we mentioned, you got to capitalize on the turnovers. Eagles are very much doing so here. Thomas is coming in as a team that doesn't turn the ball over that often, coming in just a smidge under 15 turnovers a game, but now already at 9. We're just past the halfway point of the first half.
Can we talk about the athleticism from Christian Smith? He's listed at 6'1", and he got up there, two-handed jam. It was a beautiful play. He gets it done on the defensive end and then goes in and makes a highlight play.
We said it in the open. This Husson team, when their offense is cooking, it is going to score 100 points. We have seen it on multiple occasions so far this year. It's just if the other team can match it on the other end. Thomas so far, 9 turnovers. They're not doing it. A lot of Husson's offense is being generated off those turnovers. And that was a very much needed timeout coming from the Terriers coaching staff.
300-point games so far on the year for the Eagles, and another 4 have been at least 85 points on top of that. 7 games so far this year where the Eagles have scored at least 85.
Long shot there. 3-point range. That one goes out of bounds. Brady Adams trying to save it.
There are also 2 teams coming in. Terriers 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. They're coming into this one shooting 23 threes a game. Eagles are another team that shoot the lights from behind the arc, coming in at just under 30 threes a game.
Christian Smith for 3. That one's too long. Godley running down the other end. Greenville, North Carolina native drops it off to Blackman. Nice little spin move by the Gray Maine native Nate Hebbett. He attempts to pull. Carroll chucks up a shot. Connor Heald's there. Let's call that one an assist. That one didn't touch the rim.
I like that.
Using the backboard as an assist.
I like that. And that's one of those ones that you can't really you can't really determine on those air ball off the backboard kind of shots. You don't know where it's going to fall. Connor Heo coming in right on in, right to where the spot was, getting the easy 2 points.
17-point lead in 12 minutes of action. This Husson team looking for 3 straight North Atlantic Conference championships. 4 in 5 years as Eric Ehlers going to the line. He was fouled on that as shot attempt.
What I'm noticing as a change on this Thomas defense, looks like they're running a 2-3 zone now instead of playing man-to-man. I wonder if head coach Marquise Mason-Pollard wanted to see if that would throw the Husson team off in terms of offense, because they've been driving to the net.
Four straight double-doubles for Eric Ehlers. 7 points, and 3 rebounds already. He is 25th nationally in double-doubles. However, he's only second in the conference. Reynolds from UMF is first. He is having an insane junior season. Here's Blackman driving. He's getting himself to the line. Try to make this deficit more manageable.
Eagles foul number 1, Christian Smith, his second, team's 5th. TJ Blackman shooting.
Reynolds, the guy we're gonna see coming in next week. Guy averaging 15 rebounds in conference play.
In conference, he is averaging 19 points and 15 rebounds on 60% shooting. He is just having an insane year. Player of the year in the North Atlantic Conference is pretty much up to him and Jack Banks out of MMA. Another school we're seeing next week. That one's going to be on Fox 22. Connor Heald from distance is a no-go.
Maine Sportscaster of the Year, Jack Webb on the call for that one.
You may not know his face, but also Max Sturm on that one. You'll recognize his voice. Did a lot of games over 4 years here from Husson.
Both very fantastic gentlemen.
Blackman working on the freshman Carroll. That's Godley who tried to throw one up. Another foul called. It looked to be another blocking foul. I feel like we've seen an abnormal amount of those in 13 minutes of play. That will send Godley to the line.
That one was a pretty late call that the ref called. But, you know, you got to play to what the refs are calling. They're going to call a lot of blocking fouls, and you got to be more vertical and maybe try to draw a charge too.
3 fouls on Christian Smith already. That's going to force Warren Caruso to put Andre McCauley back into this game. Christian Smith had a pretty good stint. And I believe only 6 minutes of play. 2 points, 3 assists, and a steal. The 3 fouls will keep him probably on the bench until the second half. Full court press now by the Terriers. They find themselves down 16. Here's Carroll. Loses the ball on the dribble, has to pick it up. He's going to chuck it up from 3. That one bounces around off the glass. Back in the hands of the Terriers. Blackman. The Eagles have held him in check early in this one. Only 4 points, well off his average. Spin move on Carroll. He's going to have to force up a shot. He gets it to fall. You mention it, it comes up. 6 points now for Blackman. Eric Ehlers' risky pass picked up by McCauley. Now here's Ehlers for 3. McCauley with the rebound, sent back by Godley. His 3rd block of this game. Blackman for 3. He misses everything. Just off the glass, Carroll. Nice little pump fake. Heald gets him in the air and flushes it.
And Husson's done such a good job at that too. Pump faking, because they're thinking they're going to shoot the three, but then they go for the mid-range, and it works out so well.
Mitchell puts one up. He can't get it to fall. That one looks to be off of Ehlers.
You're also starting to see a higher intensity defense for the Terriers coming in the last few minutes here. We saw at the beginning of the game with the 3 blocks early. The defense is starting to pick up intensity-wise on this Terrier side.
Overload inbound play by the Terriers will not work out, as Henke will get called for the foul. That will send Isaiah Corson to the line. Charlie Cassiafikis checking in on that last break. Pretty good crowd here today at the Newman for Best Buddies Day for the men's and women's basketball team. The women's will tip off, I believe, at 7:30.
20 minutes after the conclusion of the first game is usually how it goes.
We never know. We say 7:30. That's the ballpark.
The ballpark. We hope you stay right here for it, too.
That one was very competitive last time down in Waterville. Charlie Cassiafikis will throw one up. That one's too long off the back iron. Here's Godley running down the floor with Adams. Nice little Euro step. Easy bucket for him.
Good work there from Godley. Knowing he can get to the rim there, having the 2 fouls early, really stepped up on the defensive end and in the offensive end for the Terriers.
A lot of great ball movement today from this Eagles offense. Eric Ehlers throws one. Rebounded by Godley, running down the other end. Since Blackman checked back into this game, this Terriers offense has just been running with so much speed. Up and down the floor, trying to get back into this game. Down 12 with 4:20 remaining in the first half. Bad pass by McCauley, but it will stay with the Eagles.
It's rare to say that a guy that is arguably your best player is a spark plug. But TJ Blackman is really the engine that drives this ship right now. We saw when he wasn't on the floor, it was a rough time on the offensive end and in the defensive end. Comes back in, the intensity immediately picks up, and you can see it quickly.
Adams chucks up another one. That one falls for Adams. He's 2 for 7 on the day. Hasn't stopped letting it fly. 5 minutes. He was averaging per game. He already has 13 in this one.
Only guy on this Terriers offense that has made a 3 coming in so far today. 2 for 14 from beyond the arc for the Terriers.
They'll say Carroll stepped out of bounds. And now that lead's starting to get smaller as the Terriers seem to found momentum here late in the first half. Adams to trigger this one in. He finds the hands of Corson. Immediately finds Blackman on top of the key. Back to Godley. Mitchell to Corson. Looks to be a foul on Dylan Burpee, and Corson will be going to the line for 2.
His first, team foul number 8. Isaiah Corson shooting 1-1.
Thomas now getting into 1-1 territory.
Isaiah Corson nails the first. Local product, the sophomore, 6'7" guard out of Ellsworth, Maine. Here's McCauley. 4 points for him already. Connor Heald, Charlie Cassiafikis. They yell shooter as McCauley gets it. Now here's Heald to Ehlers. Good ball movement. The but it ends up in the hands of the Terriers. No points on that possession. Godley drives, nothing called. Ehlers and Godley both wanted a foul on each other. Here's Burpee for three. Too short. Charge called on Eric Ehlers. Thomas bench up. Warren Caruso irate on the bench, pacing up and down.
Irate would be an understatement.
Furious.
7 points the difference now. The lead was almost up to 20 at one point. Godley charging, big block by Ehlers, kicks it out, travel violation.
Third walk of the day for Godley.
Believe it or not, this Husson team that has been so good from three-point range this season is currently 0 for 11 from behind the arc. All their points coming from inside.
20 points in the paint for this Eagles team.
Make it 0 for 12 as Dylan Burpee misses that one.
I feel like 7 out of those 12 three-pointers, though, have been like in and out or rolling out of the basket. They've been so unlucky.
1:40 remaining. Corson kicks it out to Mitchell. Eric Ehlers doesn't sell for the pump fake. And there's a steal. Connor Heald. He'll get called for a double dribble. And that ends the easy 2 points fast break.
Ball kind of got caught up in Connor Heald's midsection there. Had to readjust. An unfortunate call on the end there.
90 seconds remaining. Terriers, late first half, starting to come back. Here's Corson and one. 3-point play opportunity for the Terriers. They pull this one back within 5.
Corson using his height to his advantage. Driving in there on the 6'4", Dylan Burpee, drawing the contact, getting something to go on the other end. Momentum scale really tipping in the Terrier favor throughout the last 5 or so minutes.
Three-point play it is, as now only a 4-point lead. Husson led by 19 points with 7 minutes to go in this half. As another three-pointer is no good from the Eagles. Charging back down the floor is Godley. He goes up with it. No good. He wants a foul call. That's going to bring Andre McCauley back down on the offensive end. Little mid-range pop from him is true.
One of the best mid-range shooters in the state. McCauley knocking down another one, getting something back here for the Eagles.
Quick in the shot clock this time. Godley answers with 2 points of his own. 5-second difference between the shot and game clock here. McCauley working on Blackman. Nice little floater. Too short. He gets his own rebound. Tries to kick it out. Here's Heald. That's going to be a long 2. Hankey with the putback. Oh, boy. 3-point flat. Puts it home. Oh. Mitchell throws one up. No good. Wow.
Someone send that clip to Jack Webb for Fox 22. Ty Hankey showing up, showing out late in the half.
I'm speechless, guys. That was amazing. Disgusting. Filthy. You name it.
36-30, the advantage for Husson going into the locker room. A well-fought 20 minutes of basketball. Wow. With 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go in that first half, Husson led 30-11. And they're going into the locker room only up 36-30.
Yeah, there was a stretch there, that kind of middle frame from about the 13-minute mark-ish to about the 3-minute mark left in the half. The Eagles kind of disappeared. And with a team like Thomas that can get offense going quick like a flash with TJ Blackman and Isaiah Godley, something that they really have to kind of hone in on for the second half. Can't really disappear for 7 minutes like they did in the first half here in the second.
We've only seen 2 3-pointers fall in this game. Both of them are accredited to Brady Adams of Thomas. You'd have to imagine, Husson is currently 0 for 14, Owen. You have to imagine if they can figure out, if they can just get to that locker room with some confidence or come out, just nail a 3 early, they're going to start running away with this one.
Absolutely, and I feel like that Thomas zone defense is really getting to Husson. Like, they're getting wide open for 3. They just need to knock a shot down. If they can get 1 or 2 shots down in a row, it's going to be easy pickings for them. So, honestly, they just got to make that adjustment to the zone defense in the second half.
We got a couple players in foul trouble as well. Matundo, Burpee, Smith, and Hankey, all with 2+ fouls. The only person on Thomas's end with 2+ is Isaiah Godley. How much of a factor will that play in half number 2?
It's going to be very big because it's going to be to the point where Coach Caruso is going to have to use the lower end of his bench. And those guys that you mentioned, Matondo and Burpee and Smith and Hankey, they're all defensive juggernauts on this defense. And if you're in a situation like this, closing in on that second half, where you're winning by 4, 5, 6 points, and those guys aren't going to be on the floor because those guys either are in foul trouble already with 3 or 4 fouls, or they're already out of the game.
12 minutes and 24 seconds before we bring you half number 2. Caden Trenowith, Jake Goulet, Owen Snow here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Husson leading this one 36-30. We'll be back in 12 minutes. We welcome you back for the second half of action. What was a very high-octane first half, really. Just so much happening on both ends of the floor, defensively, offensively. The highs and lows of basketball were all experienced in that first half, especially for this Terriers team. They found themselves down 19 with 7 minutes to go in half number one. They went into the locker room only down 6, only allowing 6 points to a Husson team who had 25 with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, that whole stretch, that last 7 minutes, it felt like the Terriers were kind of out there by themselves. I mean, you mentioned it, 6 points. The Eagles had 6 points in the last 7 minutes of that game. You get to a point where the Eagles were kind of disappeared, the Terriers showed up, and when the Terriers were disappeared, like where the team that was disappearing, the Eagles were the ones to show up. It's going to bring a very interesting aspect into the second half.
Oh, and you brought it up. The Terriers made that switch into a 2-3 zone after that second timeout they took at about that 7-minute mark, and that changed everything for them. The Eagles only had 6 points. They're trying to force too much on offense, but how about Eric Ehlers answering right away?
Man, I told you guys, if you can knock down the three at least once or twice, nice defensive play, they're going to be fine on this 2-3 zone. I bet Warren Caruso definitely said something in the locker room at halftime.
5 points already in 30 seconds. They're about at what their last 7 minutes of half number one was.
And another thing is, if you can't knock the three down, try to attack the baseline and find someone cutting in the paint. It's going to be easy buckets.
Another turnover from the Terriers. Eagles driving quickly. Nice little Euro step. No good. Andre McCauley on the second chance and one.
Coach Caruso definitely said something in that locker room that got this Eagles team fired up. A 7-0 run already, potentially 8-0.
6-point lead has already grown to 13 points in 46 seconds.
Completely different team. I don't know how much you can say differently. The team that came out of the locker room is a completely different team than the team that went into the locker room.
And honestly, if Husson can break down the zone defense, you're going to have to go back to man-to-man if you're Thomas.
Gil Matondo poked that one free, but off of him it went. Terriers will trigger this one in.
That's number 3 on Gil Matondo. We talked about it off air during the break. Foul trouble is going to be something that both teams are going to have to really watch out for, especially this Eagles team.
Almost poked that one free again. Here's Blackman driving, reverse layup is true for him. First bucket of the second half. 8 points for him on the day. So Eric Ehlers nailed the first 3 of the game right out of half. We talked about that during the halftime show. You kind of feel like they needed that one. The three-pointer is going to become very important, especially for an Eagles team that shoots it so well and relies on it. Looks to be a foul, a rebounding foul, pushing the back on Mitchell.
Second Terrier now to get into 2+ foul territory.
But how about that start from the Eagles? Eric Ehlers, first play they draw up. Three-pointer, hits that nice little sky hook right there. But that first play they draw up is a quick three-pointer. Give it in Ehlers' hands, let him pop the three. He does. There's Brady Adams on the other end, the only man to hit a three-pointer for the Terriers, and he has 3 of them. Then you run to back down the floor, get the layup, then a three-point play from McCauley. A perfect start to the second half for the Eagles.
Ehlers is the one that you kind of draw up the three-point shot for, as I say that.
Connor Heel knocks one down. A quick timeout called on the Terriers' end. We'll take a short one here as well. 17:38 remaining in this one. Eagles up to a 14-point lead now. Caden Trenowith, Jake Ouellette, Owen Snow here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Timeouts were so important for the Terriers in that first half. Made a key adjustment going to a 2-3 zone that let them dominate the last 10 minutes of that half number one. They call one quickly here. See what they got after talking it over with head coach Marquise Mason Pollard. And it's a turnover right away. Ehlers gets it in his hand. Here's Matundo driving, kicks it out into the corner. In and out of the basket for Eric Ehlers. He gets the and one layup. Nobody's been more hot on this Eagles team than Eric Ehlers. He's up to 15 points and 6 rebounds already. Also add 2 steals and a block to his name.
His first, team's third.
Ehlers continuing to add to the Eagles' points in the paint number. 30 points in the paint right now for this Eagles team compared to the Terriers just having only 10.
And the easy buckets come in the paint. If you can dominate in that department, you're going to have a good day.
Here's Mitchell in the corner. Godley calling out, directing the offense. Gives it over to Blackman. Mitchell driving, finds Godley wide open. He missed the layup in the hands of Ehlers now. Wow, wide open. Godley's been so good throughout that first half, and now Ehlers knocks it down on the other end. He's at 18.
Now the floodgates are going to start to open on the 3 balls now. 3 of 18. Coming in 3 of 4 in this half alone.
Godley makes up for it, knocking down the next layup he has. 55-37. Field, too long. Rebound Matundo. Now an easy layup for Hield. What a pass by Gil Matundo.
And they're just carving up the 2-3 zone now. It has been a sight to see.
Owen mentioning it before the break. I don't know why you didn't mention it at the beginning. As soon as they went to the 2-3 zone, should have mentioned it.
I think I mentioned it once, but I didn't really say much about it. But
As soon as you say it, they completely destroying this zone.
Matundo, he doesn't take many of those. It's going to be a potential 4-point play.
That's foul number 3 on Isaiah Godley right now.
I mean, could you have asked for a better 5 minutes for this Eagles team in the second half? Actually, more like 4 minutes. We're only 20 seconds into 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the second half. It's been an incredible run.
4-point play it is for Gil Matundo. He has only attempted 27 threes this season, and he's only knocked down 5 of them, an 18% three-point shooter, and he gets a huge 4-point play for the Eagles. Now the lead's up to the largest it's ever been, 21 points. Blackman throws up a moving mid-ranger into the hands of Ehlers. Burpee in the corner. He knocks it down. 3-pointers are falling. 0% in the first half. They're coming out on fire, knocking down 4 already in 5 minutes. McCauley moving to the backs. Gabe Muhammad poked it away, but goes off of him. Eagles will get a reset. 25-second shot clock here.
So Husson, they had 36 points going into halftime, right? They're already up to 63 points on the game, and we're 5 minutes into the second half. Almost 30 points, 27 to be exact.
McCauley for 3. That one finds the hands of Matundo off the rebound. Tries to throw it to McCauley, cutting towards the basket. Bad pass by Mitchell. Stolen by Burpees. Ehlers, he is on fire! 22 points for Eric Ehlers, 8 rebounds on the day. He's almost at his 5th straight double-double.
We said it at the top. He's got to be the one to go off on the offensive end. 22 points now He kick-started the three-point parade, three-point city, population Eric Ehlers. And now the Eagles have scored 30 points in 5.5 minutes when they scored 36 in 20.
That's 6 points a minute, Jake. I mean, that's just incredible efficiency right there.
Eric Ehlers is responsible for 14 of those second half points as well. He went into break with 8. He is currently sitting at 22. Another bad pass by the Terriers. And Dylan Burpee. Yeah, what a Euro snap.
The basketball was like, oh, let me get some moment, and now I'll go.
Abbott for 3, no good. Here's Connor Heald running down the other end. Eric Ehlers, heat check.
No! Why not?
My gosh!
I feel like the Charlotte Hornets announcer. Yes! Oh, baby!
Now that's a shout out. That's a shout out. That's elite ball knowledge.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is 17 points in 6 minutes and 13 seconds for Eric Ehlers and a much-needed timeout for the Terriers as the Eagles have gone from, hold on, I got to math this. What is this? A 25 to 9 point run?
Yeah.
25 to 9.
25 to 9.
More than that, they had 36 points at halftime.
Hold up.
30,
Hold up.
35 to 9.
This is why we have calculators. 35 to 9.
My brain's not working today.
Hey, we're journalists. We're not mathematicians.
The new semester hasn't started.
We are journalists. We are not mathematicians.
We only have to take 2 math classes. So.
I took those a long time ago.
One I took before I started my collegiate.
A long time ago.
4 threes in this second half. 4 threes in this second half for Eric Ehlers. As a foul called on Dylan Burpee.
We're in the point where Gil Matando's hitting threes. Guy who has taken 71 career three-pointers heading into the night. So fun.
Three, no good by Decimo. Connor Heald, nice little layup from him. Can't get it to fall. He'll get a chance to redeem himself at the line. So the 108th all-time meeting between these two schools in men's basketball. Husson is on pace to get win 108 tonight.
That's just an insane number when you actually think about it.
This 108th win will be career win 592 for Warren Caruso. Interesting little nugget in the D3 basketball world. There are currently 4 head coaches actively coaching D3 institutions that are looking to surpass the 600 win mark, which is rarely done. There is Warren Caruso, head coach of your Husson University Eagles, Dave Nyland for Penn State Berend, and Scott Koval of DeSales. They are all currently, those 3 coaches, sitting at 591.
There's also a Husson tie to that 4th name.
Absolutely. Charles Katsiafikis of Pomona Peitzer is the dad of Charlie Katsiafikis here on the Husson Eagles team, the senior guard. His father is sitting at win 593. UMass Dartmouth head coach, can't remember the name off the top of my head, is well over that mark. He is the only coach over 600 and also the only coach active over 700. As Dylan Burpee stretches this lead out even further with a nice little contested layup from him.
Brian Baptiste, currently sitting at 737 wins in his 42nd season at the helm of a D3 program. You play 30 games a year at this level.
It's an insane number. believe he has over a 65% win percentage as well. That's a long three by Ibrahim Dumboye. Rebounded by Burpee. Interesting to see how Warren Caruso plays this one down the stretch. Obviously, this offense has played so good, but it was when he started making those substitutions that that lead started to slip away. The lead is pretty manageable at 40 points now. But they also have a game tomorrow against Lesley University. I think they are currently sitting second to last in the North Atlantic Conference. You always got to manage these games. Here's Blackman driving, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for two. Andre McCauley picking that one. Or excuse me, they gave that one to Eric Ehlers.
Number 4, Eric Ehlers, his second.
Jaden Kim about to check in for the Terriers. Ty Hankey, Christian Smith, and Pierce Walston getting his first minutes of this game. About to check in after this first attempt from Blackman, which is true.
So I'm digging into the numbies right now. We're big nugget chefs over here. Shout out Justin Havens. Heading into this season, Baptiste was 729 and 405. That is a 64.28 win percentage. That is heading into this season.
Quite impressive. Nice fun fact, Jake.
That's what I'm here for.
Here's Connor Heel driving, draws some contact. I believe they'll call that one on Connor. And it'll be a Terriers ball.
The current win percentage number is 64.1%. 737 and 412.
Nice little mid-range right there from Desimone. Connor Heel pulls up, a little short. Minihan with the rebound, the Waterville, Maine native, playing for his hometown school.
It's always nice to see some local products playing for the hometown.
Well, it's weird because you can say hometown, but there's also two colleges in that hometown.
That's also fair.
So, did he grow up a Colby fan or did he grow up a Terriers fan? Oh, a nice little alley-oop attempt. Foul will be called on Minihan.
Local products playing for local programs.
There's also Kennebec Valley Community College too. That's close to the Waterville area, but I highly doubt that's the school.
I don't think they have a basketball program.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a fun fact to know.
Shooting 2.
They do have a basketball program.
Nice. Good for them. Ty Hankey at the line. Missed the first one, nails the second. 80-46, your current score. Eagles had 36 points at half. They are at 80 in the first with 10 minutes to go in this game. Desimone starting to heat up for the Terriers. Knocked down their last two baskets. Here is Pierce Walston. Reigning Gatorade and Max Prep's Maine Player of the Year. Seeing less action as of late, but still filling up the stat sheet when he does come in. Gil Matundo gets his own rebound and draws the foul. He'll go to the line for two. One thing I love about Warren Caruso, it is a very large lead, and he is still down there coaching. Like, it is a 2-point lead late in this half. That is a man that wants excellence out of everybody on the floor. Matondo nails them both, 82-49 your score now. Desimone, little heat check from him. He sends that one too far left. Terriers get the offensive rebound. Boye shoved in the back by Pierce, and he'll go to the line for two.
Eagles foul number 8, Pierce Walston.
Pretty clean free throw shooting game from both teams so far. 92% for the Terriers, 93% for the Eagles. Dumboye, 5 for 11 on the season, nails the first one.
Eagles Dumboye, shooting the second of 2.
Misses the second, but the Terriers get their own rebound. Simone thought about putting that one up, gets it in the hands of Spencer Minian. Dumboye driving, met by the wall of Christian Smith in the corner. Hebbett has to let this one go. Shot clock, no shot clock violation. Pierce Walston grabs the rebound. Look out! Look out!
Wow.
Christian Smith throws it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for takeoff. Destination Christian Smith.
I've called 4 games. Definitely more than 4 games this year.
Yeah, what?
But I haven't seen a dunk once. I've seen 3 in this game.
Oh, blocked by Matondo.
Man, Christian Smith is coming back with some noise. His first game back in Newman Gymnasium for quite some time. Missing some time with some injuries. Coming back with some force.
Gotta love a good slammage.
Entering for the Eagles, number 11, Bryce Tackett.
Bryce Tackett entering this one. Haven't seen him in some time. Did not play against Linden. Only 5 games on the season. The senior from Oklahoma.
2-time Husson University Eagle.
Was away for the team for some time, I believe, last year. Came back in the winter semester.
Around this time.
Henke in the corner. He's going to put up a mid-range shot, a little long. Pierce Walston's going to draw some contact. Holding his throat area. Looked like Kim got him up high.
Terriers foul number 9, Jaden Kim. His second. Team foul number 8.
That will send Pierce Walston to the line. Chatting it up with the referees.
Pierce Walston shooting 1 and 1.
Wow. You want to talk about some
High IQ?
Is that high IQ on Pierce's part or low IQ on the Terriers' part? We'll call that high IQ
Yes.
on Pierce's part.
The answer is yes.
As the announcer is saying 1 of 1, Pierce Walston is charging to the basket, getting 2 points. I mean, he'll take the missed free throw for an easy 2.
2 points is greater than 1.
Exactly.
Pierce Walston airballs on the layup, tie up there. And a jump ball. Area. They can't decide right now. I can't decide. Sometimes they flip the arrow too early down there. I don't know where it is, but it is with the Terriers.
Derek Carroll getting ready to check back in.
That's Simone. That's an NBA 3. He misses that one long. Christian Smith just can't keep it in. And the subs will come in.
Number 24, Derek Carroll.
Omri Sarid from Israel. And Derek Carroll checking in. So the Terriers will travel up to Umpy after this game. they'll expand the bench a little bit, keep their guys fresh. Looks like Warren Caruso countering with the same, even though they do not have the length of bench the Terriers have. Yankee with a nice little pump fake and drive, keeps it alive, but it will be a turnover. He falls into the doors to the training room. Nice little layup there by Dumboye. Here's Bryce Tackett. If he has an open three, he will take it.
From anywhere.
We've seen it. They call him Bucket Bryce. Pierce Walston corner three. He knocks it down. He doesn't take a lot of shots. 3 from 8 from distance. He's now a 50% three-point shooter.
7 of 25 from 3. They entered this half 0 of 14.
Christian Smith got his hands on it, couldn't fully grasp it. It will lead to an easy layup by Dumboye. Warren Caruso is almost more tense when his young guys are in the game than he is when his starters are in the game, especially in these blowouts when he gets the whole youth in there, the whole depth of the bench in there. You can see him. He still expects that same level of excellence those starters play with.
Last year, it was big too. When he had the three-headed monster of Jeremy Maranta, Scott Lewis, and Riles Neff, and then as soon as those three weren't in the game, it's the same demeanor from minute 1 to minute 40.
Foul called, an and one opportunity for Nash Davis out of Hamilton, Bermuda. She goes to the line to make this a three-point play with 5:42 remaining in half number 2. Jason Van Beveren checking in on that last whistle. Eric Ayler's probably done for the day, so his rebound double-double streak comes to an end. 1 rebound shy. However, 25 points for him. He has just been on fire. I believe that is his 4th 20-point game in the last 5 games. Carroll, step back 3. Misses it short. Pierce Walston, offensive rebound. Fires his across to Tackett. A lot of contact. Foul called. We have a chance for our second 4-point play of the day.
Bryce Tackett with confidence, man. That's a tough shot. His feet were like in the corner. He's moving away from the basket. He's shooting it over the backboard. He has 2 guys flying into his face. Great shot.
So what's crazy about that was an extremely late whistle.
Very late.
4-point play does not happen. Jason Van Beveren with the offensive rebound, but fires it across to a Terrier. That whistle was extremely late. Bryce Tackett was picking himself up before the whistle was called.
And running back.
Christian Smith hauls in the rebound. Carroll fires. That one too long. Barrows, another freshman out of Norridgewock, Maine. Another local product, that one just south of Skowhegan. So this is the future of the 2 programs in right now. A lot of freshmen and sophomores.
And Bryce Tackett.
There's Carroll with a layup. Nice little assist by Pierce Walston. Little limpy.
Freshman, sophomore, and Bryce Tackett.
Pierce Walston must have tweaked his ankle on that last possession. He's hobbling a little bit on the right ankle. Barrows from 3, the lefty, no. Offensive rebound with the Terriers. Mid-range, no good. Pierce Walston grabs another rebound. Christian Smith Substitution time out from Warren Caruso. That brings on Nez Perkins for his second game this season.
Yeah, that's dealt with some injuries over his first year and a half here. He's a solid player coming out of high school.
Looked to be a foul called on Carroll. That will send Cole Perkins to the line, the freshman out of Kennebunk.
Eagles foul, number 24, Derek Carroll. His first, team foul number 7.
This Thomas team recruited so well. They have so many high-quality names from the Maine high school basketball circuit. This is a team that could definitely, if this team sticks together and gels, you basically got the Maine All-Stars right here on this Thomas team.
And that's not like, and it's including like TJ Blackman, only a sophomore, but one of the better players in the conference.
There's only one senior on this roster. That's Yasmo Mohammed. So pretty much this entire Terriers team that we've said today is returning, other than Mohammed. As Perkins, nice little bag of work. He gets his first 2 points of the season.
One thing about Nez Perkins is he is explosive and athletic. He can get to the rim at will, and he's lightning quick. I've seen him throw it down multiple times in warm-ups, so you might see another highlight dunk here soon, Caden.
Walston met with a stiff arm of Lance Crowell. He's going to get himself to the line. He's taken a lot of hard contact so far since checking in. Seen him take a forearm to the throat, a couple different collisions on the floor for Pierce.
A couple awkward landings.
But now he'll find himself at the line shooting 2 more. This time it is 2. It won't be a 1 of 1. Knocks down the first. Kalen Dean entering for the Terriers, as the century mark has been reached after that last Pierce free throw. 101 to 59 now your score.
Mind you, the score at halftime was 36 to 30.
A 65-point second half with 2 minutes to go for the Eagles. And Beverin can't grasp it right through his hands. Quick shot, Lance Crowell gets the front of the rim and goes out of bounds. So what is this, number 4? Over 100-point games now for the Eagles, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Nice little pass by Pierce Walston. He's got goggles, finding Van Beverin for an easy layup, 103 now. Bryce Tackett with the steal. Easy layup for him. Bench goes crazy. You want to talk about making the right second half adjustments. This was a team that scored 6 points in 7 minutes to end the half, brought the Terriers right back into it. Another great pass by Pierce Walston, finding Nez Perkins.
So, 4th 100-point game of the season. 3rd since the year 2026 has become a thing. And
Carroll gets up for that rebound, immediately turns it over. Sareed lays that one in for his first bucket of the game. 35 seconds remaining.
it's their 8th 85-plus point game. Ninth 80-plus point game.
All but one rostered Eagle scored today, and that would have been Charlie Cassiafikis, who we haven't seen since the first half. He played the last 6 minutes of that scoring drought first half for the Eagles.
The final score this evening, Husson 107, Thomas 63.
And that will do it. 107-63 your total. A 71-point second half for this Eagles team.
They doubled their score from the first half where they had 36. Really impressive stuff on the offensive end. Really insane.
I think the craziest thing that you can say is the Terriers doubled their first half production, and they still lost the second half by 40 points. That is an insane thing to say. You do not get to say that very often. But this game was highlighted mainly by the bench production in that second half, but Eric Ehlers coming alive, 4 for 7 from 3, all 4 of those coming within that 5-minute span in the second half.
Yeah, one thing that we talked about at the top, the last time these two teams played, the shooting numbers for the Terriers were abysmal. Once again, abysmal shooting from the Terriers, 33% from the floor, 17% from behind the stripe. Eagles shot the lights out, 52% from the floor. They got to 30%. They shot 56% from 3 in that second half alone. A big win for the Eagles heading into another tough North Atlantic Conference matchup tomorrow against the Lynx of Leslie University. It's a big day for the two of them, playing less than 24 hours from now.
They're going to be riding high. We'll have it all here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Caden Chernowith, Jacob Roulette, and Owen Snow all with you here from Newman Gymnasium. The Eagles pick up their 10th win of the season in stellar fashion, 107-63. Thank you so much for joining us. Tune into the women's game in about 30 minutes.